Shut up and sit down.
Welcome once again to the Shite Talk podcast show. I'm your host Mark Kearns, joined as always
by Ken Riley.
Exactly, on the 128th podcast.
Yeah.
So close to 130. Like only two.
We're getting there.
We're only 2 away. I'm not going to... I think we've learned from weeks gone past why we shouldn't do
maths on air.
I think that's painfully clear. You can go listen back to, I don't know what episode it was. We did it on where like I think it comes quite regularly that I try to do maths on air. Like there's a few podcasts gone by where I've actually tried to do maths and that
basic maths,
very basic maths, and I used to be good at maths, man. I used to be slightly above average.
Slightly above average. You're like a D plus.
I was like high honors, like a C.
That's
C1,
not high honors.
C1 to B level.
You're B level maths.
Yeah, and then it's just gone to shit, really, hasn't it?
Me too. And then I got lazy. I got lazy in 5th year, and I decided I didn't want to do honors anymore because it was too much effort.
I never did honors. No, I wasn't that intelligent. Maths, I was just like bang on ordinary. I actually have a really interesting story the way actually my school was laid out. So they had an OR system, and like
what system?
An OR system. So
an OR system.
OR, like the OR for Robert or Rob.
Yeah.
So OR 1 was you're really smart. That's the top of the top. OR 5 was you're really thick. That's the bottom of the bottom. So, teachers that spoke with second language was quite scarce in my school.
Yeah.
So there was only German and French that you could learn in school.
Yeah.
So
my school is the same.
Yeah, I think most schools are. Some schools are quite fancy and they'll have Spanish, but
or I think when we were in 5th year, they brought in a teacher that was teaching Arabic. Like, who the fuck wants to learn Arabic?
I guess if you have the first language, because I remember you could do Polish as a language, and the higher level Polish was a foundation level Polish in a Polish school. So all the Polish people were like, yeah, that's an easy A. That's just like, yeah, I'll take that, no problem. So they got a free pass there. They wouldn't have to study for it. It's just like it's their natural language, so they just did Polish. But anyway, we only had like French and German. So if you're really really smart, you could do French or German. So that's or 1 or 2.
Yeah, and
I think or 3, you had to pick French. You had no other choices. Just either French. I don't think they could do German. And then, or 4 or 5, you could do French or art.
French or art?
Yeah. So they completely go, you can do a language or you can't do a language. I don't care. If you wanted to draw, here you go.
Here's a colouring book.
Here you go. So so people who were less smart had to do art or French. And guess what language I speak?
Art.
Yes. When I was given that option, because I could have to learn a second language or I could just draw. I'll take that. I'll take drawing, please. So yeah. So
are you good at drawing?
I went to art college.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so you must be good at art.
No, I don't know how I got into art college. I was all right at art. By the time I left it, I was half decent, but but now I'm going to shit. Everything gone to shit.
Everything's gone to shite.
Yeah. Well, at least I have this lovely podcast to fall back on. Yeah. So that's safe.
You're raking in the millions.
This is a safe bet.
What could possibly go wrong?
I've really put up all my eggs in the right basket here. So I don't know about you, but my stories this week, I must have been hungry. Because every single one of them are food related, but food related in various different ways. There's a weird kind of, I don't know, I kind of went down a spiral. So I'll start off with the genesis of this story. This is the story that kicked off the wormhole that you're about to listen to
the shitstorm that's about to come.
Yeah, exactly. So this is, I think it was this was like I remember reading about this a few weeks and I was going to have it in a podcast. Then I forgot about it. Then someone mentioned it to me. So I went back and then like I found the story, just typed in what it was and read it and said, okay, we're definitely going to do it this week. So here we are. So this is like a restaurant chain in America. I think it's in Colorado. Has since 1999 has been charging customers a stupid tax.
It's not a recent thing.
No, since 1999. It was
I seen something about this, and I thought it was like just a recent thing they were doing.
No, yeah.
So like it's around like fucking years.
Yeah, it's around like a good 20 years.
20 years.
21 years, I guess. But like it's remember maths. Just try not to do it. Once again, we failed. Yeah, it's been around 21 years, and basically I think it was an uncle of a person that owned it. It's called Tom's Diner, in case you're in the neighborhood and you want to check it out. And basically, if you ask a stupid question, you get charged 38 cents. Now, over the years, they had very different prices. At one stage, it was 48 cents, but they didn't want to start ripping people off. And yeah, they just started. I think this is a great idea.
I would be so much richer if I could charge people for asking stupid questions.
Yeah, or like I think every business has that unfunny joke that people constantly ask.
Yeah.
If we go, sorry, that'll actually cost you an extra 38 cents because you made that joke.
I wonder what constitutes a stupid question.
See, okay, it's like you said, how this got so popular was someone posted their receipt on Reddit.
I've seen a photo of that, and it has like one stupid question at the bottom of it.
Yeah, it says 38-cent tax for a stupid question, which is brilliant. And so this got people on Reddit asking questions like, is that Photoshop? What the hell? And what actually constitutes as a stupid question? I have in brackets that. Yeah, so if you go, I'm pretty sure if you go into Tom's Diner and goes, what exactly is a stupid question? You will receive. And
you will get a stupid question.
You'll actually get 38 cents guaranteed on your bill. So since this has got like wildly popular and people are actually, it's kind of backfired them now since this Reddit story came about.
People are going in deliberately asking stupid questions.
Yeah, people are deliberately going in, like intentionally asking stupid questions. So, like, if you're a waiter there and you're like, or whoever, and you're kind of like, yeah, thank God we have our own little comeback, and we're gonna actually get our own back on these people by charging them 38 cents. Now you're in the day, like, surely, like, if it's getting more and more popular, up the price to $1.
Maybe that was the purpose all along. Maybe the whole idea was like just a marketing thing to make people come in and ask stupid questions.
Well, yeah. So like since this did get popular, a website or blog or whatever it is today called Today Food interviewed people about this, and they were saying, "Oh, it was never malicious." So if we actually have like a customer come in and they're asking really stupid questions and they're doing it for the purpose, like they just don't know. Or they just don't know they're being thick. We're not going to actually charge them 38 cents. Like, they don't get any complaints.
Yeah.
To imagine something like oblivious to the fact that they have a stupid question. And they come in and like, is this, it says like gluten free. Is this wheat free? And they're like, yeah, well, that has no gluten in it.
Yeah.
and then they ask, one dairy milk, so no dairy. Dairy free milk with no dairy, and you're going to get 38 cents under your belt. Yeah. And they're like, what the hell is this stupid tax? They don't do it in that way. So they judge table by table and they say, oh, this person seems like they're in a bit of a joke. So what we'll do is ha ha, giggle. We'll charge 38 cents for like a stupid tax, and they'll kick it out or look at their bill and go, I must ask a stupid question.
Yeah.
And find a funny side of it. Or people who are in with the joke now, they probably who ask like stupid questions. Like, all right.
So it probably was just a marketing gimmick then.
Yeah, it probably was. It probably like if you ask like multiple stupid questions, it's like stupid questions times 4, and then they'll add it up.
You're like, yeah, add up.
Yeah, well, most places in America, yeah, it's you have to tip anyway. There's a tipping charge, which I don't necessarily agree with because we don't really have a tipping culture in Ireland.
But in America, though, a lot of servers don't actually get like an hourly rate.
Well, then pay them.
They don't get paid, yeah, but they don't legally have to pay them by the hour.
Yeah, well,
that's where tips. If you go to somewhere and like your server's really, really nice, in America, it's usually like a place that doesn't pay them by the hour.
Yeah, but sometimes they have a tax for it, and then but like you're always told you have to like I think it's like 12% now.
It's fucking 20 now.
I wouldn't tip 20%. I was there.
It's 20%. It's between. When I was in Vegas, it was suggested between 18 and 22%.
See, no one knows what, like, especially we don't. We definitely don't know what 18% of anything is. Maybe of 100 euro.
Yeah.
We know what it is.
But like it'll say it on the receipt. Like it'll say your bill was €100. 18% would be $18.
Like 20%. If I see it on a bill, like if you wanted to tip the traditional 18%, it would be this. I'd be like, I'm gonna give you whatever changes in my pocket.
Like when I was in Florida, we went to a restaurant and the fucking bill came out. The bill was like $180 or something, and they were looking for like a fucking $40 tip or something.
$40 tip?
Yeah, I was like, fuck right off.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, they've actually started to do this in Ireland where they put a tipping tax, and what they say...
Oh, a discretionary service charge.
Yeah. So this is starting to happen in Ireland where there is an hourly rate, and they have to be paid whatever the minimum wage is.
It's like
at
10
least
something, I think.
I think it's like 10 something. Yeah, it is 10 something. It's like 10.80, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. So so they have to be legally paid the minimum that. But what they say is the waiters they always get the tax. They always get the tips, but the chefs and all the other like people who maybe work.
Oh yeah, they get nothing.
They get nothing, but they are also paid a lot more than people who wait tables.
Even in places where the waiters aren't paid, where they're only paid in taxes, the chef is still getting a wage.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the chef is always going to be one of the best paid people in the fucking restaurant.
Yeah, so like I think it's like some of the managers also, but they say also the managers don't get paid as well. You are once again on a higher page as well.
Yeah,
like you should be forcing me to like if your service is good, I'll tip you. But if your service is bad, I shouldn't be forcing to tipping you. Like I don't agree with that. And it's coming. Yeah, once again, it's coming.
I'm not even overly big on like a tip jar where the tips are like shared amongst the servers.
Yeah, I'm
not even really into that because it was only this one person who served me.
Well, see,
if I want to give a tip, I want to give a tip to that person.
Yeah, I remember I have a friend that works in a bar, and I was away on holidays with him 2 years ago, and he kind of changed my whole perception on the whole tipping thing. Because he was tipping like a motherfucker when it came to bar service. He works in a bar himself, and he was explaining it to me. He's like, when you tip, what you're saying, you're meant to be saying to the bartender, whoever serving you is, I want this service again.
Yeah.
Like this is for that service, and next time I come up to you, I want the exact same service. So I'm paying you in advance, so I get the same kind of service. Whereas a lot of bar staff and a lot of restaurant staff think it's that you're meant to do it anyway. It's meant to be politeness that is on the person who is at the restaurant to voluntarily, no matter what the service is, unless it's pretty bad, give you a tip because you've done your job satisfactorily. Yeah. Whereas instead of like a waiter or waitress or bartender going above and beyond for you, and you're going, all right, that's really good service. I'm going to pay you in kind so I get this back. Yeah. That's what it should be. That's what the whole idea is that tip is. But now it's going to come to mandatory. So like I don't really agree with that. That's why if I see it on a bill, if I look through like, because there's a service tax or there's a tax.
Yeah, it's like 12.5%.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the bill, which I don't understand. I don't understand what that tax is there for.
Yeah, actually, it's not a tax; it's a service charge.
I think there is I think they get charged a tax off restaurants. There's a for restaurants in whatever taxations are taxed at a certain percent. So then in kind they'll tax the customers a percentage of the tax they get charged with. So like the bill is to cover the waiters, the food, and that. and then the tax you get charged at the end is meant to cover the tax that they get charged. Obviously, it's going to be far greater than the tax that they actually pay out, because they might get like 100 customers in a day if they're a half decent restaurant.
Yeah.
But like when they have like a tipping tax, like get the fuck.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous.
Pay your staff right.
Yeah.
Like, if you value your staff, if you value people bringing food out to a table, pay them right. Don't expect the people who come to your restaurant to pay your staff's wages for you, ignorant fucks.
Yeah, see, I think a lot of businesses in America think that that's the way to guarantee brilliant service. So you're not actually paying your service staff, so they're going to get paid based on how good their service is.
Now, American staff are really, like, they're
over the top.
Over the top. I remember, I was in, like, it's like Shake Shack, it might have been, when I was out in New York, and oh my god, they're like really like it came across as fake. It didn't come across as genuine.
Oh, it is 100% fake. It's I want a big tip.
Yeah, exactly. But it came across extremely. Like you see it that it was really, really fake. And it's kind of a known thing for even bars. You have to keep tipping staff, or else they'll forget about you at the bar.
Yeah.
Whereas Ireland, like if like you're someone serving you for the whole night and bringing like a pint to your table, you might throw them like 3 or 4 quid at the end of the night. Yeah. And that'd be it. Whereas it's like over a tenner in New York.
Yeah, I was at a wedding recently where me and another guy were kind of drunk, and we were like buzzing off the waiter that was at our table, and we were just like wrecking his fucking head. This guy was about, I'd say, 18, 19 years old. We were just like wrecking his head all night. But then like we gave him like 20 quid at the end of the night. Like.
Yeah, see, like I think if you're taking piss out of someone like that, like
he was giving it back. Like we'd call him over and he'd be like, "The fuck is wrong with you now?"
Yeah. You bunch of fucking alcoholics.
Yeah, and then we're like, "Hey, we're being assholes. There's 20 quid."
That's pretty good. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that if someone kind of earned their tip. Like, there's no problem with that, but it should come from the...
Yeah, you shouldn't feel like you have to give one.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime you go in a place where you're forced to give a tip, like, I don't know. I think it's bad, because it either shows that the staff don't get paid enough, and that's why the fucking management put in, or the management's taking a cut of the tips, which also happens in Ireland.
Yeah.
Where management takes a percentage of all tips, which is fucking a disgusting idea.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
So we'll move on to our second food story.
Now that we sorted that out.
Yeah, now that we sorted out like a stupid tax, and then sorted out why you should tip.
Oh, I forgot where that you fucking started.
Yeah, we kind of went on our own little tangent. This kind of happens from time to time. So, like I said, I must have been hungry. I must have been craving food. I don't know what it was, but I started with that restaurant story. Actually, before I go on the weird food combos, which is something like what pregnant women probably look up when they're like, you know, they get weird food cravings. Yeah. And they're like, I need to have something weird.
They're like eating firelighters and stuff.
Yeah, this is where most of this list was created from pregnant women. But like, I'll move on to that in a minute. So there wasn't one other weird cafe story that I had. And this one's called the Disaster Cafe.
Right.
So have you ever been in a restaurant and said, this experience is missing something, and then you inserted an idea?
Not really, no.
You never said like, oh, this needs, I don't know, everything to be on fire, or like the waiters to juggle your food?
No,
you generally wouldn't, because that will lead to like a pretty bad disaster. Well, this is called a Disaster Cafe, and that's because they have a simulated experience of an earthquake in their restaurant.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So, and you know what? Like, it isn't like the ground shakes a little bit. Like, imagine you're having soup and like someone pressed the earthquake button. That soup is going over your leg and you're getting burnt.
Oh yeah,
like you'd have to have everything in a non-spill container.
Or even if your drink is going flying, your fucking steak is going off your plate.
Or imagine like you're getting up to go to the toilet and it's
you're actually taking a piss.
Yeah. The man next to you is going to be covered in your urine. And you know, like the thing is, it's not even like a light earthquake. This thing reaches 7.8 on the Richter scale.
That's pretty bad.
A 7.8 on the Richter scale is enough to like topple buildings. Like it's like a 7.8 earthquake will devastate a city. and these people have it in their restaurant as a feature.
That's fucking crazy.
Now, this was going through like kind of, they said the oddest restaurants in the world.
Is it in America?
I don't know where it is. I should have actually got the name of it.
Allegedly, it's in America.
I don't. Well, maybe because it's a cafe. They have a lot of cafes in America. But basically, they said it's completely safe. I don't know how you can have a 7.8 earthquake in buildings indoors.
I'd say it's safe
with hot food and call it safe. But these people like manage.
Maybe they only serve cold food.
Well, yeah, but even still, like you'd be eating your. Well, you can't have forks then.
Or knives.
Because like imagine you have a fork, you have a spaghetti bolognese, and an earthquake's going, and there's a bit going into your mouth. There's a chance that it might go into your eye.
Yeah, but you can't have a knife either.
Yeah,
you're cutting something in your fucking mouth.
Yeah, so like I don't know how you, like even if it like it says disaster cafe, so maybe they don't do food, but they definitely do coffee.
Yeah.
Unless you get cappuccino, this is lukewarm. You're gonna be wearing the coffee on you.
It's all fucking iced tea.
I unless like it's like all space food, you know, it's all kind of it's stuff that astronauts would eat, so like it doesn't spray everywhere. You have to suck it out of a tube or something like this.
Some sort of paste.
Yeah, that's the only way that like. I don't know how their insurance must be amazing. It definitely isn't in Ireland. Imagine in Ireland.
Oh, like that. You wouldn't be allowed that in Ireland.
Your insurance is 100,000 a year. Yeah, so I thought that was another interesting kind of quirky restaurant that has a 7.8.
There is I know, like, right, it's Disney World, but like in Disney World in Florida when we were in there's a restaurant, the Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah.
And it's done like a rainforest. But like you'd be sitting up having your fucking food, and next thing it just sounds like there's a fucking flock of birds like gathering around you, or there's a stampede of elephants or something. Like it's very off-putting. Yeah.
one of the what you call it, other restaurants that I looked at, because I was on a website like looking at all these weird restaurants, and that's the only one that really jumped out. But there's another one that's like at the end of a waterfall.
Yeah, fuck that.
Like now, like all the tables are made out of bamboo, but it's not directly under a waterfall. So like it's kind of a little bit away. You're still eating your food in a kind of the river that leads away from the waterfall.
You're actually in the water.
Yeah, you're in the water eating your food.
Yeah, fuck that.
And there's like the people, like it looks like it's up there like their shins, and there's people wearing jeans. And like it's like you're going to this. Dress
appropriately.
Dress for the occasion. Like I remember being in Belfast before going to a concert, and I think it was Tenants. It was called at the time, and a Foo Fighters were playing, and the Black Keys, and we like since it was in a muddy field, we dressed appropriate. So we had our boots on, we had our old clothes, stuff that we didn't care if it got destroyed. And I don't know, but people were dressed as if they're going out to a nightclub. People are like in their Sunday best, walking around this like disgusting looking field. You're like, you're I don't want to sound like your mother or anything, but your clothes are going to get destroyed. Like, where do you think you're going?
The first time I ever went to see Metallica was in the RDS.
Yeah.
And like the RDS,
I was in that one.
Yeah, like it's like outside. It's basically a big fucking field, and they have like horse draws and shit there. And there's like guys in suits.
Yeah.
And there was like...
Oh, well, that RDS was quite a dry day.
Yeah, but like, you're still like, if it rains...
Yeah, I know. I think...
Or if the crowd gets going and people start falling...
Yeah, well...
Your suit's fucked.
I wouldn't say that they were in the mosh pits.
Yeah, but like... Why the fuck are you wearing a suit?
Look at Spencer. He always wears a suit.
Yeah, Spencer always wears a suit because he's... Weird. Sorry, Spencer.
Yeah, sorry for that, but yeah, it's true. You're slightly odd, but like,
coming from the two dickheads on the podcast.
Yeah, because our opinion matters. Yeah, Kel might be calling a pop black there. Yeah, but like. I can understand if it was dry, but it was raining, and it was raining. I think we went over the night before, and it was raining then too. And then we went to the festival, and like it was like drizzle. kind of weather, and it's like, what are you doing? And like same with this waterfall fucking restaurant. So it's like, dress appropriate. Like, I don't sound like your clothes are going to be destroyed.
You wear your fucking angling gear.
So we'll get on the weird food combos, because I'm sure people are on their edge of their seat wanting to hear about what
Somebody's probably eating one of these right now.
I fucking highly doubt it. So before we get started, do you have any weird food combos?
Loads.
Okay, so what's your weird food combo?
So like, you know, Ribena.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I'll dip garlic bread into Ribena. The look on your face is brilliant.
Oh, that is like, first of all, it ruins the quality of your drink, because there's going to be bits of fucking garlic bread.
Yeah, but do you like garlic bread?
Yeah.
Do you like Ribena?
Yeah.
So what's the issue? It's the exact same as taking a bite of garlic bread and then drinking Ribena. I'm just cutting out the middleman.
See, there is one that's quite close to this near the top of the list. So there's like a cold pizza dipped into soda.
That doesn't seem too bad.
Like, now, in fairness, well, I don't really like cold. I like hot pizza.
Oh, I like cold
reheated pizza. It's nice, but not cold. Like, a lot of people do like cold pizza.
Yeah, cold pizza is okay.
See,
Put it in
like,
the fridge for a bit.
I'll have a Coke or a soft drink with pizza. So like, I can understand these two things do go together. So that's not that weird.
Do you not have any weird food combinations?
I do. I'll get, yeah. So okay, obviously coddle, which other than
we'll explain this later.
Coddle is mainly Dublin stew, and it's basically rashers or bacon, sausages, potato, and a bit of veg like carrots, that sort of thing, onions into a stew, and you boil it. So basically, you're boiling sausages and bacon, and it comes out real pale color. It's delicious. It's probably the best stew that there is.
It's
I say this because I'm from Dublin. Anyone outside of Dublin, especially fucking cultures, hate coddle, and they don't hate it because they had it. They hate it because it's from Dublin.
It just looks fucking sick.
It's literally the only reason people hate coddle.
It looks disgusting.
Have it.
It looks disgusting.
Have it then. Try it once. Try it with bread.
No.
Like loaded butter on bread with a bit of coddle is like the best thing ever.
I like to get put Nutella on toast, right? That's not too weird.
No, that's not too weird. That's actually really nice.
But then put like streaky bacon on it.
Yeah, see, there's throughout this list of odd foods, and what you're describing there is there's a sweet and a savoury thing that people seem to be drawn to.
It's good.
That like shouldn't really go together. So like the deep fried Mars bars is meant to be like,
they are fucking unreal.
Like, I'm surprised people don't like. There should be like an ambulance nearby. You surely
they're actually
your heart should suddenly start to hurt.
Like,
after
they are
it.
Unreal.
Yeah, there's a few places around Ireland that actually will. You have to bring them in the bar. Put the deep fat fry.
Like literally every Chippers I was in Glasgow a few weeks ago. Every Chippers in Glasgow does a deep fried Mars bar.
Yeah. So another one of they like. I'm not a huge fan of cheese. So there's cream cheese, like Philadelphia, which is disgusting. Anyway, plus olives in a sandwich.
No, good luck.
In a sandwich.
No,
like that's not even sweet and savory.
No, that's just. Oh no! Like, what sick fucker eats that?
I don't know, but like if we kind of weird. There's also a pickled dipped into orange juice.
Oh no! Was that the one that you were saying was kind of like garlic bread and Ribena?
No, I said there's one that is the pizza dipped into soda.
Oh, pizza in soda.
Yeah, that's kind of like that's the same kind of thing.
That's okay.
You can't have those things together. Which I must have put this in the wrong place because I have under it. Not that bad. I have it under the nose. Actually, not that bad.
Not that bad.
No, just to remind myself. In fact,
research shows that it wasn't too bad.
And then there's like some weird ones like there's not that bad, very bad. There's some other weird ones like popcorn melted with butter and soy sauce, which
no.
Like butter and popcorn, like it's like
butter and popcorn
classic.
Is savage, yeah.
It's a classic. But
soy sauce.
You went too far. And there's also like hot sauce and popcorn, which
no,
because it's really salty, and then I guess hot sauce is kind of sweet, but it's spicy as well. It just doesn't go. It shouldn't go together. Now there's one about tuna fish. There's tuna fish with marshmallows.
it just reminded me of one I did before. I got like a fucking pizza and I put marshmallows on it before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was disgusting. Don't do it.
Yeah, there's a chocolate pizza out there.
Chocolate pizza is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, it's not like a proper pizza base. It's like pastry. It's like puff pastry with like kind of Nutella-y shit on it and marshmallows and crap.
Yeah, there's a new one with tuna fish with spaghetti and that marinara sauce.
Marinara sauce.
Mariana sauce, something like that. I actually do have a tuna one that, like, some people I've said, like it's kind of like, it is disgusting to them, but like it is. You should actually try it. If you like tuna, you should try it.
No, don't like tuna.
Okay, so obviously you don't think it's just, like, disgusting no matter what else comes out of my mouth. But like it's tuna fish with mayonnaise, which is a classic.
Oh no, go away!
Well, that's what everyone has.
It's just getting worse.
Well, tuna fish and mayonnaise, that's a classic. That's what
Mayonnaise is disgusting.
Okay, so you don't like mayonnaise and you don't like tuna fish. Like, obviously, this rules here. Anyway.
Oh, this is hell.
But but for everyone else who likes tuna, guaranteed they have it with mayonnaise. That's just what you have.
I've never heard of that before.
Hasn't even got weird yet.
I've never heard of people having mayonnaise with tuna.
It really hasn't even got weird yet. So what you have with that, to add a kind of a bit of kick off it, is a little bit of red sauce. So you have tuna, mayonnaise, and red sauce.
Oh, Mark,
and you just mix it in together.
This is up there with your admission that you used to eat the chewing gum off the bottom of a fucking table. You scumbag.
No. First of all, it wasn't off a table. It was off the ground.
Oh, yeah. That's so much better.
It was off the ground in Tala. So, like, that's how what we had. Now, I'm guessing I was meant to put not that bad was the last one that I have here. It says Wendy's chocolate frosty with plus fries, which is chips, I imagine. So,
was it?
Yeah, Wendy's
chocolate frosting.
Frosting with fries, which I don't think that chocolate and chips. Actually,
yeah, I used to in McDonald's. I used to get a caramel sundae. I would dip my chips into the caramel sundae.
Yeah.
And like, people used to think that was weird, but it's actually really, really nice. Like,
yeah, so some people did it. I always have ice cream and coffee together, and instead kind of hot and cold sensation. But remember, that kind of reminded me of Tato, which is a manufacturer of chips and our crisps in Ireland.
Chips? Are you big American?
Oh yeah, well, exactly. Now the Americans and the Irish and everyone else around the world knows what we're talking about. Chips if you're in America.
Crisps everywhere else in the world.
Everywhere else in the world. They're the original flavored crisps are Tato. They're the first ones that actually added flavors to crisps. Fun fact. But chocolate and crisps or chips are a huge combination. People used to always get crisps and melt bars of chocolate onto it.
There's nothing better than a good packet of Tato and a fucking dairy milk.
Yeah, and some people put minstrels and popcorn, which also goes pretty good together. So this actually led Tato to actually design a chocolate bar,
which was manky,
that actually had their crisps infused into the chocolate bar.
It was disgusting.
And like at the start, it went like everyone was buying it because they're like, "Oh my god, this is a new thing." Even though like people were doing this for years, and I don't know what went wrong in the process because crisps,
it was fucking.
As soon as you melt, it was. I didn't actually eat it.
It
went
was
off
rotten.
the shelves before I actually got a chance.
Because I know exactly what the problem was. The problem was like that the crisps went funny. Like obviously the crisps are being added to the chocolate when the chocolate's still kind of warm.
Yeah.
So they're going kind of soggy and.
Oh, so they were left
weird.
too long in the process.
Yeah, they just went weird.
Yeah, they weren't able to keep the crispness of the crisps as people were eating. Yeah, that often happens because I like kind of crisps with scrambled egg. But
what? Crisps and scrambled egg?
Yeah, Tato crisps with scrambled egg. I didn't even think that was that weird.
That's really weird.
I often make like a crisp and like scrambled egg like sandwich.
That is really weird.
Yeah,
my sister Ever since she was like really, really small, she always puts tomato sauce in her mashed potatoes.
Yeah, that's my cousin does that.
That is fucking disgusting.
I was kind of slagging that he likes a bit of dinner with his red sauce.
Yeah, it's rotten.
Yeah.
When I was small, like this used to sicken me so much because the smell of red sauce even like disgusts me.
Especially in large quantities. Like,
Yeah, like it used to sicken me so much as a child that like we had a little range behind our kitchen table, and I would turn around and I would eat my dinner off the range while everybody else was eating at the table because I wouldn't even look at her.
What exactly is a range?
Like a stove.
Okay.
It's like an old-fashioned stove thing.
Oh.
Yeah, but you can't like cook in it or anything. It's just like a thing.
It's a metal object, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a big steel thing with a fucking range thing on the top.
Alright.
It's a range.
Alright. So, yeah, so like I didn't even think it was that, but what I was going to go with the scrambled egg thing was if you put the crisps onto the plate of scrambled egg,
Yeah,
they go soft and they go disgusting because they're wet.
yeah. You have to keep them separated.
You have to keep them separate and just take a few crisps from the packet, put in your mouth, put the scrambled egg, chew it together, or make a sandwich and eat it straight away.
It's really weird.
Like I don't think it's that weird. I think most of our listeners, I would say half, maybe a third of our listeners would think, yeah, crisps and scrambled egg go together.
No, it's really strange.
Yeah. So actually, also strange combinations is McDonald's did this weird strange thing. So McDonald's are trying to healthy up their options. There's been like several kind of
Yeah, they have like a vegan menu now.
yeah, they have a vegan menu. They've a few years ago they introduced salads, and this was after a guy ate nothing but McDonald's, and he made a documentary about it. Yeah.
Super Size Me.
Super Size Me, yeah. They gave McDonald's a huge bag of stick, and they thought like, oh my god, this could be the end of McDonald's because people are never going to eat it.
Yeah.
People didn't care. And in fact, actually, they're actually now the largest selling manufacturer of salads in America. So they sell more
They're
salads.
also, I think, the world's biggest supplier of toys.
Yeah, they are because of Happy Meals.
Yeah.
And and basically, yeah. So they're this is in all efforts to healthy up their menus of this. Now they didn't really work because I think their salads actually have more calories apparently than allegedly
burger. Yeah,
but
allegedly.
Yeah, their Big Mac, their like famous burger.
Yeah.
Actually, no, so they completely failed on that attempt to like healthy up their options.
I think though it's because of all the sauces and shit that you can add. Well, dressings that you can add to it.
Yeah, well, the dressings must be really high in calories. If they
Like a Caesar salad dressing is fairly high in calories.
Yeah. Oh, I've never actually had their salads before, but one of the kind of this never got out starting gate. So what they did was they had the idea that they needed to change the taste of vegetables. So they started with broccoli, thinking they'd be the worst offender in terms of taste, because kids generally don't mind carrots that much. But broccoli is because they look like trees. They said if we get broccoli taste a little bit different, like bubble gum, we might be on to winner. So they actually manufactured bubble flavored broccoli.
Sick.
Now, originally when I first read this, I read broccoli flavored bubble gum, and I said, I like broccoli, but I guarantee I wouldn't eat a fucking chew a broccoli flavored bubble gum. It completely defeats the purpose of like chewing gum in the first place.
Yeah, but do you remember a few years ago? You might. There was like in shops, in an attempt to make kids eat more vegetables, they introduced different colored veg.
Yeah,
like you could get like a purple carrot, or you could get a green carrot. You could get like a fucking orange turnip. Do you remember they did that? You could get like all the cauliflower was different colors and stuff.
I know they did manufacture. I don't know they manufactured, but they made a pineapple that tastes like apple, or an apple that tastes like pineapple. They did one or the other.
Yeah, they changed the color of the fruit and veg for a while.
And I know in China, I think it's in order to fit on shelves better. All their fruit and veg are square, so they fit on shelves properly, which I think is the most fucking strangest thing I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, that's the Chinese for you. So like people have been fucking around with food, but like kids apparently were confused by the taste of the
broccoli bubblegum.
Yeah, as you would be. I would love to try it. And now the fact that I read this off the fact page said it was also banned in 9 countries.
Why?
I didn't look.
Full of E numbers.
I didn't look through. I didn't look through the reasons to all the countries, but they're kind of really odd. Like one of them was Iran, and one was Mongolia. Like there's really weird countries. I was like, I'm pretty sure Iran doesn't have a McDonald's in it. I'm pretty sure
I think McDonald's are everywhere.
No, they're not. They're not in Iceland. I was in Iceland last year.
They're not in Iceland.
No, they're not. A year before last, I was in Iceland, and. They didn't have them. They hadn't had one there since 2009, I think, or 2013. They have a Taco Bell. It's very Americanized. Iceland. It's more closer aligned with America in terms of their culture than.
It's because it's actually geographically closer to America.
Yeah, so like all their soft drinks are made in the USA. That's what it says on the bottles. Fun fact. Yeah, Iceland was one of the countries that banned it. Now. I didn't read through all of them. I read through Iceland's one because I wanted to see, because they're pretty healthy. They have very few fast food chains in the Subway and the Taco Bell, and I think they KFC. But like,
they have a very small population as well, though.
Yeah, it's only a few 100,000.
Yeah. So
I wanted to see why Iceland banned this thing, but wasn't, and they just didn't have a McDonald's. So, so like, I don't think it was necessarily.
It wasn't necessarily banned.
The bubblegum flavor broccoli, because I don't think it got out of the starting gate. I don't think they actually. If they did, they only probably did it in very few select stores around the US before taking it off the market. But like, I don't think it was actually banned in 9 countries. There's probably just 9 countries that don't have.
It wasn't
McDonald's.
available.
Yeah, which is also quite interesting. So that was my weird food combos. This led me on to something even more disgusting, which is weird food people eat around the world.
Okay.
All right. So, like,
we can add coddle into this one.
I don't think we can, because coddle is one delicious. Now,
yeah, but it's like even stew. Like it's a weird thing. Like they don't really. I know like Irish pubs and stuff serve it sometimes, but it's not really the same.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty
it's
sure
like the stuff that you get in Ireland, especially particularly the stuff that you would get that is like made in somebody's house in Ireland as opposed to a restaurant is sometimes particularly weird.
I don't think stews are as popular in the US. I don't think it's like served on dinner tables as much as it is.
Yeah, but like you can get it in like Irish restaurants and pubs and
even in England they do have stews, but I think they have like beef pies or more.
They're more into pies and
so like
kind of shit.
They do have beef stew and they have lamb stew and they have all similar stews that we do, and I'm pretty sure Scotland has probably like their own version of stews as well, or similar recipes. But like obviously Ireland has their whole take on their culture of like food. And Japan is like, fish is huge in Japan and Philippines, and they generally have different cuisines because they probably don't have cows native to Japan, or at least they wouldn't have a big huge same type of.
Don't know where that beef comes from. The really, really expensive one. Not Japanese beef.
Well, maybe that's what I was going to say. Or if they do have farming, it's really, really expensive for the average person that eat, so it isn't as accessible as maybe it would be in Ireland. So that's why maybe our food aligns differently in like the Philippines and Japan. So there's a thing called Sriko.
Clearly not the correct pronunciation.
Okay, so if people want to spell themselves, it's SHIRAKO. Shriko.
I'm not even going to attempt it.
Shriko.
Shriko.
So when I put the accent, it just sounds a little bit more racist.
No, it just sounded like you were like a Dublin lad.
Shriko. Come in for your dinner.
Yeah.
Your stew is ready.
Now you sound Scottish.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you actually the other day with your Australian accent. Smoking the water was on the radio.
Smoking the water. I was thinking that when I heard about the Australian bushfires. I was like, this probably is smoking the water. By the way, for people who don't know what we're talking about, is smoking the water is the only words I can say in an Australian.
It's really only water.
Is it really on water? That I can actually say, but smoke still sounds like my normal accent. Anyway, we're getting off topic. So,
Yeah.
Shiko it means white children
White children
in Japanese. And what it refers to is sperm sacs, right?
What?
Yeah, it's sperm sacs of either cod or angle, which is a type of fish. And puffer's fish, even.
Oh yeah, them looks.
Yeah, basically the goo from basically the sperm sac.
Ugh.
So it's basically sperm that is cooked up, that is marinated. And it also has a bit of brains as well, fish brains as well.
Sick.
Yeah, so it comes out as like quite gooey stuff. So that's Rico. You might want to take note if you're ever. Yeah. So there's this thing called that is balut. It's the Philippines once again, BALUT, and this is fertilized duck eggs.
Oh, this one's gonna be disgusting.
Well, it's already pretty bad when you hear fertilized duck eggs and you mean that you're going to eat it, and it's partly developed embryos inside a boiled alive and then eaten.
Oh, I fucking heard about this before.
Yeah, and you basically eat the shells, salts with chili and vinegar.
Sick.
Yeah. Where have you heard about this before?
I seen it on like a Facebook video or a YouTube video or something before. They were going on about disgusting foods. They had like a little video of some guy eating it, and I was like, no, that's me done. That's the end of it.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Yeah, so the next one is, so I only did 3. You're lucky enough, so we're nearly at the end of it. This is the last one. So it's called white ant egg soup. So once again, it's basically eggs of ants.
Did you save the best till last?
Well, actually, not really. I think the worst one is definitely the Philippine. Like, I don't know. I'll just describe this one first. So this is white ants and embryos with a few little, which are like little white eggs.
Yeah.
You also get a few baby ants shown in there to add some kind of extra crunch to that flavour. So out of these 3, that we just the ant flavoured soup with ant eggs, the balut with the duck embryos, or the shriko with what is it? The white children, which is just basically sperm of cod or anglefish. So you have sperm embryos or you have ant eggs, which is like out of those 3, I'm probably gonna, like, if I was forced,
gonna go with ant eggs.
Yeah, ant egg soup. I'll go with the soup.
I think that's what we're gonna go with.
Which do you think is the worst offender? Which was the worst of all?
I really, really don't like fish.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with the cod sperm.
Yeah, cod sperm.
That's probably the worst one.
Yeah, so that was actually that was my food diary done. You actually have a story yourself.
Oh yeah, I have like one story. My stories are always like fucking weird. Always involve somebody trapping themselves by some part in something.
I'm pretty sure food that involves sperm of another animal is quite weird.
Yeah, but mine are all like. Right, this guy. this is a story from Thailand, so it kind of ties in nicely.
Yeah, we're in the Southeast Asia portion of our show.
So this 21-year-old guy from Thailand, right? He made this homemade sex toy.
Yeah.
Now, it didn't describe how he made it or what it was. There was a photo of it. It looks like a bit of a copper pipe with like fucking triangle pointy thing on the top of it, right? So I don't know what this thing was.
Once again, lads being the weirder of the species.
Yeah, right? So he made this yuck and he used it twice before he had any incidents with it. So he used it twice and it worked fine for him.
So at this age, like the first time it's going to be like a danger wank. You don't know what you're expecting.
Yeah, so
like second time you're like, okay, it went all right the first time, and then third time you're like, oh, have at now.
Yeah, so the third time he decided to experiment with it.
All right.
So
clearly feeling comfortable.
Yeah, so he put a sock into it.
All right.
And off he went, and he got himself stuck. Right, so he got his dick stuck in this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but he left it for 5 days, unable to get his dick out of this thing.
Was he trapped into one place? Was this like
No, just his dick is trapped in the contraption he's after making.
Yeah.
It's literally like a little piece of pipe, probably the size of a can of Coke.
I imagine the embarrassment of going to a hospital.
How was he walking around for 5 days? Like, how are you hiding this?
Well, I don't know how he slept. But
Like, how are you hiding it?
Yeah, because like
if you put your trousers on over this thing, like literally, it's about the size of a can of Coke and it has a pointy triangle thing on the top of it.
This is like an old porn star tip.
From the old porn star Mark Kearns.
Shite Talk's useless information. But what I think one of the questions that might go through people's head is, why didn't his dick just go soft and shrink?
Yeah.
And then it fall off naturally.
Right.
But what happens, and this is like what porn stars used to do, is like get a ring or get a band and tie it around the top of their dick, at the bottom, like midway shaft kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that traps the blood circulation, keeping the dick hard, so they can stay harder for longer. Because like there might be different takes in between scenes, so you have to keep your erection up. So one of the things, other than like taking Viagra, would be they would wrap
an elastic band
around their dick, and that. Oh, by the way, don't try this. I am not advising this will actually work, and you could do some serious damage to your dick. So, like, let's just remember, like, don't take advice off the Shite Talk podcast.
Once again, caution: do not take advice.
Like, we should just have it on there. Should
be a fucking disclaimer at the start.
do not advise any of the following. So just if you, it's on your own bat if you do it. By the way, anyway, so I imagine what happened to him. Well, I don't know why he didn't go to the doctor or go to the hospital. I imagine it's quite embarrassing, but I think that's one of the reasons why he stayed stuck for so long.
It was 5 days, right, before he decided to get help.
It must have started to smell.
Going to get to that, right?
Yeah.
So he went to the doctor after 5 days because the pain became unbearable, right? Yeah. So it took the doctor 3 hours and 25 scalpel blades to free this lad's dick from this yoke.
25 scalpel blades?
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you, like
this thing is made out of a copper pipe.
Yeah, but like, sure, I guess you don't want to take an angle grinder to it. Like,
yeah, right. So 3 hours and 25 scalpel blades to get this lad fucking free from this thing. And when he got him free, his dick had rotted. It was gone rotten. Like, it had rotted so bad that they were thinking about amputation.
Oh my god.
And they had to like cut away a lot of skin and stuff and hope that it grew back. Luckily enough it did. But my favourite part of the story...
My stomach is like turning. Go on.
My favourite part of this story is that it came
You know I'm quite sensitive about people getting their dicks or animals getting their dicks cut off.
It came with a reference and a photo of Dave the Duck. Dave the Duck.
Shite Talk spirit animal.
Yeah, I think he's our fucking mascot.
He's our spirit animal. We need to get a picture of Dave. Not obviously like...
Well, there's a picture attached to this article of him getting his dick lopped off.
Okay, maybe not that photo. Maybe like a slightly earlier photo before
where he's happier.
Yeah, happier or just riding.
Yeah, but that's what, like, they actually attached a photo of Dave the Duck to it.
I really think like we probably haven't had stories in a while of Dave the Duck, but we should try to get like Dave the Duck stories.
Yeah, we should have a Dave the Duck story once a day.
Yeah, every podcast. We should contact the owners of Dave the Duck.
Buy him.
Have him imported to Ireland. It's probably a whole legal side of that.
Interview him.
Yeah, he just ruined the audio of our podcast every now.
It'd be just the same as the dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be the dogs barking outside the door, Dave inside.
Yeah, barking back at the dogs.
So that's the story.
I had David the Duck, had pretty much everything you need.
I still don't understand why he left it 5 days.
Yeah. Now, in fairness, you know what they say after, like, if you take Viagra, what the common rule is after 8 hours or 5, whatever, after a certain amount of hours, you're meant to contact the doctor.
Yeah, if it doesn't go away, yeah.
Surely after a day of something being stuck to your dick,
I
I do imagine that it's quite embarrassing.
how he was hiding it as well, though.
I'm sure he mightn't have left his house.
I'm sure he had to go to work and stuff.
Colin's sick.
But then you're definitely going to have to go to a doctor.
Yeah, that is true. Quit your job.
I got my dick stuck in his homemade sex device, and now I have to quit my job.
It's either that, go to work with like an erection and a sex toy stuck to you. Either one of those things is like embarrassing. Two of them together is like unbearable.
But the poor fucker, like, he's named and everything in the article. Like, so like people in Thailand that read this know who he is.
Maybe it wasn't released in Thailand.
You'd be surprised if it wasn't.
Yeah, but maybe they got his permission. They're like, "Oh, we're going to run a story on this. It's quite odd." And it's like, "We'll pay you because you might be."
We're going to reference Dave the Duck.
Well, Dave the Duck should be getting something out of it.
Dave the Duck should definitely be getting some money off us or something, because like he's provided quality entertainment.
Yeah, I don't know how many podcasts we've done where we've referenced Dave the Duck. Yeah. I'm pretty sure if we have new listeners, they're like, "Who is this Dave the Duck?"
Yeah, go back a few podcasts and you'll find out who Dave the Duck is.
But like long-term listeners know he's the Shite Talk's spirit animal. When he first came up into a podcast that we did a while ago.
You were going to say years ago.
Years ago. Maybe like 3 months ago, maybe. Or 2 months.
Yeah, whole maybe 6 weeks.
Yeah, so yeah, it was actually so that was actually really, really funny. Now, my last story would tie more to do with our kind of food related stories rather than a guy nearly have to get his dick amputated. This is so there's Julianne Michaels. She's on the American Biggest Loser. She runs the personal trainers.
Yeah,
this is our controversial topic of the day.
Oh, controversial.
So it involves fat shaming.
This is where people start getting pissed.
These people writing strongly worded letters to our
emails.
No, just write a letter. Send a letter. Guess the address.
Guess the address.
Send it to Joe Duffy at Donnybrook 444 RTE.
Do not send Joe Duffy anything.
Do. Reference the Shite Talk podcast show. Please.
He's going to get something weird in the post now. It's going to be our fault.
Thank God.
He's going to get a duck dick or something.
Why is it covered in blood?
Definitely don't send Joe Duffy any duck dicks.
No, but like you can send them your complaints about our podcast.
About us, yeah.
Especially over fat shaming. So, like I said, she's a personal trainer on the American's Biggest Loser. Now, we've mentioned Lizzo before.
Yeah.
She's
a big girl.
She's a big girl. She sings good to hell. Now, her overall message is quite positive. Her overall message is about body positivity, being comfortable in your own skin, and to be yourself. She often sings about like getting over her exes and that she's already texting her mates and whatever. So all that's pretty good. It's all pretty positive stuff right there.
Get over your ex and text your mates.
No, text his friends. Like, don't let anyone judge you for who you are or what you look like. Basically, that's her whole positive image thing that she's going on. Now, she does wear quite revealing stuff for a larger girl. Like, she went to like a basketball game where you could clearly see her tongue, which I don't think you should really see anybody's tongue when you're a sport in a game. Just dress appropriately, maybe. But anyway, so she's been Julian Michaels was kind of being misrepresented, and she's kind of got walked into this by the interview by her, because she knows she's on likes of The Biggest Loser. We have Operation Transformation, which is the RTE version of these shows, and on these shows are generally classically targeted as fat shaming anyway.
Yeah.
And all they really do in these shows is get contestants to sign up to this thing.
Yeah, contestants who want to lose weight.
Yeah, basically want to lose weight, who struggle up for their lives losing weight, and they give them a dietitian, a psychologist, and a personal trainer. And throughout the weeks, you see how they struggle with their diet and are slowly but gradually are meant to lose weight. And some of the problems that they run into while trying to lose weight, and then the experts come in to help them, to show them how to get over these problems that they're having losing weight. So generally it's a positive thing. Like, all that should be positive.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be overweight. Overweight leads to like diabetes, cancers, heart disease. There's a number of ailments that are associated with obesity, which Lizzo is. So what she said is, why are we even celebrating her body? Why aren't we focusing on her music? Because it won't be awesome when she gets diabetes. Just saying that she's clearly obese and she's on her way to becoming diabetic, like, and having heart problems and possibly a higher risk of getting cancer. And it won't be cool if Lizzo dies at an early age because of her size. And especially when you're promoting when you're meant to be promoting obesity, she's a personal trainer, so this goes against everything. Like, her profession is trying to prevent is obesity.
Yeah.
So, like, interview her news, she comes from this Biggest Loser. She's basically qualified personal trainer whose job is to focus on making people lose weight.
Yeah.
So she's obviously not going to say, oh yeah, Lizzo, yeah, she looks great. I think obesity is A-okay. So she obviously is against obesity, as she should be. And it's basically saying that we shouldn't be celebrating obesity. And of course now she's being kind of attacked online. And this is the whole fat shaming thing. So, like, what's your take on obesity?
I don't really know. Like, obviously there's a stage where if your weight is interfering with like fucking everyday activities, obviously you need to do something about it. I remember, that guy, he does that program, A Year and a Half to Save My Life.
Yeah.
That guy, Chris fucking whatever the fuck his name is. He did a seminar talk thing over here, and he was saying, like, your body, even if you're obese and you start losing weight, your body after a certain point will just stop, like, burning fat and stop losing weight, and it'll just leave you at a certain size. You might still appear to be like chubby or fat or whatever, but you're actually fairly healthy.
No, what can happen is, all right, I wouldn't say that, because there's actually studies where people went on severe food restrictive calories. They've even got like a guy who was morbidly obese, and he's in a hospital. He's monitored by doctors. So once again, do not try this as a way to lose weight. But they basically didn't feed him anything for I think it was like 3 months, and basically his body started to eat the fat. So your body burns two types of fuel. It burns carbohydrates, which it prefers because it's easier to access and break down, as glucose, which is what we use for energy, what gives us energy, or fat, which is harder to break down, which your body doesn't actually use as easily. That's why we store fat a lot harder, because certain people's bodies actually do not know how to break down fat. They're so used to breaking down carbohydrates because he eats such a kind of junk diet, which is high in like sugars and processed carbohydrates and breads and pastas. All these things are carbohydrates, so your body really only knows how to break down one type of fuel. Kind of forgets almost how to break down fat. That's where you start storing fat. However, if you go on to like a keto-based diet, or if you go into a like carnivore-based diet, which is all fat-based diet, and you force your body, because you starve of carbohydrates, you force your body to use carbohydrates or use fats to burn out, you can actually trick your body to actually start then burning fat that's on your body, because basically all that fat is actually fuel. It's basically like food stuck to your body, around your body. And if you go through like a calorie restrictive diet, like intermittent fasting, you can actually train your body to burn fat. So I don't necessarily agree. You can't. One problem really obese people have is that their skin starts to sag, and they start to. But you definitely 100% can reduce your weight down. It might take a couple.
He said like you'll reduce your weight. It's just like it'll like slow down or like near enough stop at a certain point. Yeah.
What happens is your metabolism will be quite slow. You will, unless you keep reducing calories, your body doesn't like to losing weight. Losing weight generally in your body
means that you're sick.
It means you're sick. So your body does everything to fight against you losing rapid weight. Especially if you do it really, really quickly, your body will fight like tooth and nail to stop you losing weight, because it's like genetically it's bad to lose weight really, really quickly. So that's why your body dramatically stops. However, if you do it over short periods of time through like quality diet or to a calorie restricted diet over like number of years rather than months, you should lose body fat. Once again, not nutritionists. Don't take medical or
definitely food. Don't take any nutritional advice off me.
Off us, yeah, of any of us. But like, yeah, so like I don't take it that like I don't think we should be saying that like if you're okay with your size you are and you're happy you've no problems being that size, I don't think it's okay for someone to come up to you and say you have to lose weight. You have to do it because you're fat and you're not allowed to be fat. Because like there's people who are bodybuilders.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if your weight isn't interfering with your everyday life or causing you health problems.
Yeah, but like if it will eventually cause you health problems, there's people who smoke. We don't smack cigarettes out of people's hands. There's people who bodybuild, and bodybuilding isn't a healthy thing. People who have anorexia, so like.
Like powerlifters and stuff are generally quite fat.
They are obese. They're strong.
Yeah,
they put themselves into that. So it kind of class overweight people into that thing where, medically, doctors and people shouldn't be like pushing it as a fad, and people shouldn't be promoting obesity because it's bad for you. People shouldn't be promoting not eating, or should be over promoting bodybuilding because it's just not good for you. However, if people want to look that way, that's on them. Now, what your one was saying was we shouldn't be embracing obesity. We shouldn't be celebrating her obesity. We should be celebrating her message of her music, which I think is right. I don't think she actually, Julian Michael, said anything wrong here. I think what she said was quite positive. She said that her music is great, which is really positive. It is all about positivity, about the way you look and all that, which is a good message to send out to people. Even if necessarily you're not the most healthiest person, you still should be confident in your own skin. And like maybe whenever you feel like you can lose weight, you should lose weight. But like it's up to yourself. If you're happy with it, go for it.
Yeah, I don't know why people have this tendency to like kind of butt into other people's shit.
Yeah. Well, I think this thing
like, you know, right? Obviously, like celebrities and stuff put themselves out there to an extent, like, but you know, like people would be like, you know, that one's a fat fuck walking down the street or whatever, or like, but like,
well, I think
saying it in a way that she's going to know that you're saying it, that like that's kind of.
Well, I think like, people are dicks, but like in terms of like celebrities, if you put yourself out into the media, you put yourself into the whole celebrity thing, one of your jobs is dealing with the public. You're paid phenomenal amount of money to be famous. All right. So one of the takeaways from this is that people are going to judge you because you're their form of entertainment, and some people's the form of entertainment is being dicks.
It's kind of what we're doing here.
I don't think we're doing. We're just discussing.
No, like in general.
We
kind of just laugh at stupid people on the internet.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's actually, fairness. That's like the ammo of our show is like judging people,
but not because of their weight.
Not because. Well, I think stupid people should be judged, but I do think obesity shouldn't be celebrated. It shouldn't be like people shouldn't be saying, "Oh yeah, it's so great that we see more fat people." And we should say, "It's so great that she's comfortable in her own skin," but obesity is a problem around the world, and you probably shouldn't be obese.
Yeah,
that's
fair enough.
I think every time people talk about obesity, it's okay to say, okay, it's cool that she's okay with it, but it isn't healthy because we shouldn't be promoting to younger people that it's okay to be that size, because that size can lead to like diabetes, which leads to blindness. people lose their eyesight because of diabetes. People get cancer. People aren't able to have kids because of to get overweight. And if kids go on this path and they let themselves get overweight, like kids are easily influenced. We've been through this. So I don't think we should be pushing unhealthy. Like we shouldn't be pushing smoking on kids. We shouldn't be pushing doing heroin on kids. And I call it,
who does be pushing doing heroin on kids?
But more people die of heart disease than any other thing in Ireland. So, and obesity is directly related to heart disease. So actually, pushing heroin on kids would actually be better than pushing obesity on kids.
But like, isn't that where like the government are coming in with their sugar tax and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, exactly. That's why we have stuff like that.
But then people are like, all like, rabba.
They don't tell us what to do.
Yeah, so then they kind of backtrack a little bit and go, oh, we'll only do it on fizzy drinks.
Have your sweets.
Yeah, have your sweets because you're all going rabba.
So I think, I just be yourself. So try to keep healthy so you can continue to listen to that Shite Talk podcast show. We'll leave it there. We started with very few stories, but we went up like way over.
We got very serious there near the end.
Near the end, this is probably the most serious we've been in
life
ever. Not even just in the Shite Talk podcast show. We started out controversial, but we went very, very serious.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll be back next Thursday with another episode of the Shite Talk podcast show.
See you later.
Make sure you keep sending us in your stories.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Shut up and sit down.